What's up, YouTube? Um, how y'all doing today? First off, I just wanted to thank everybody that like and subscribe to my channel. I have just busted over 600 subscribers. Dude, hey, appreciate it. I'm telling you, I love it. And another big thing I wanted to go over with some people. Hey, man, this right here is a 6-quart Rubbermaid container. Okay, it's what I use in my racks for my babies and stuff. Let me tell you something that's happened to me that I need to bring to your attention. See if you can see these. See these little holes right here? I do holes all the way in my containers. Right here. It's 1/4-inch holes. See, I don't know if you can see it real good. Let me see. Yeah, these right here are 1/4-inch holes. All right, I do 3 at the end, and I do 6 on the sides, and I do 3 at the end on here. It's for ventilation. Throw it in the floor right here. But anyway, the other day, I've been hatching out baby leopard geckos. It's constantly hatching out. So I got a whole pile, a whole corner of brand new tubs that I've got. Well, the problem is I did not drill the holes in these things. All right. Well, I got a pile of new ones, and I got a pile that I've already drilled that's new that I could grab from. Well, the other day I went out there and it was like 6 babies just done hatched out. So I was like, man. So I waited. I let them in there a whole day because that's what I do. I let them absorb the yolk. All right. Well, left them in there the whole day. I went out there that night. I cut the light off to the shop, and I cut the heat on because we've been having cool nights. Well, what I didn't think about is I had the containers right here without these holes in them. So I put a piece of paper in there, and I put their little water bowl. I put a little calcium, and then I just put the baby leopard gecko in each one, 6 containers. Well, the next day, I went out there and cut the light on the shop. I wasn't gonna bother nothing. I just cut the light on the shop, cut the heat off the shop because it's been getting about 85, 90 degrees here. So what I didn't think about, all right, is the temperature rising in that shop. Well, I had just put the lid on top of these new babies, and I just threw them into the rack, okay? Well, or on top of the rack. Well, luckily, when I went out that night, cut the heat on and cut the light off, I said, let me check on the little babies. Man, I went to look in there, dude. I mean, totally. You could not even see these things. I'm just sweat. It hasn't got so hot in these things. Freaked out. I was like, oh my God, I probably done killed all my babies. So I popped the lid off, man, and looked at them. They was fine. They're running around. The humidity in it was, had it moist in there, but it was dry heat. Man, if I would have not went out there that night, if I just walked out there and cut my light off the shop and just said, man, I'll check them tomorrow, I do believe over the night, the next morning, I'd have killed my baby leopard geckos. So listen to me. Listen to me good. Everybody learns from their experiences. And I'm trying to tell you, please, something so simple. I've got 40 of these things right here, stacked in a corner this high, 3 foot off the ground. Brand new ones. Well, I got another one stacked way up here. I got a lot of them, and I got already drilled. It was just an accident. I'm excited the babies hatched out. So I grabbed some containers, not paying attention, a split second, and I just grabbed these containers, throw the paper on them in there, put the water, put the calcium, grab the babies, put them in there, separated all of them out. Bam, I'm good to go. And I got some tangerine eclipses. So I got a bunch of different babies. But anyway, I was excited about the babies and was not paying attention to what rack I checked out. So when I found this out, yeah, maybe I was being a little lazy about it, and I didn't want to take the time to drill them the day they come in from UPS. But guess what? I sat there and drilled every hole that I could possibly do in any Rubbermaid container that was in my shop. And I suggest you do the same thing, because something so simple could cause you to lose a project that you're working on, or cause you to lose interest in leopard gecko, which I don't want to lose no leopard gecko, but I'm just telling you that's how it went down. Well, they say that's how the cookie crumbled, and it crumbled real. It could have been bad. I could have lost 6 geckos. And dude, I would have cried like a baby. I'm telling you. But anyway, with that being said, I just want to take the time and tell everybody thank you for subscribing to my channel and liking. And I got a bunch of messages, you know, where people was wanting to show me some different stuff that they got. I got one guy that messaged me and said that he's got what was it? He's got a tangerine, white and yellow that he's wanting to move, you know, because he's fixing to move to a different part of the state, and he don't want to have to take and worry about the gecko right now. So I said, man, message me and we'll try to work it out. I'll pay shipping or something and get your gecko. So, but listen to me. If you have geckos and you do not want your gecko, if you're worried about, you know, you're not going to be able to have a place to go and have the gecko, listen to me. I've got friends all over the place. I mean, in every state, that it's not going to be a problem. If you got a gecko that you can't take care of, or you just, I know some people just get tired of messing with these things. Your kids get tired of them and they don't feed them, or whatever it is. Before you mistreat your gecko or just let it starve to death, you know, I'm putting it frankly, but before you let it starve, message me. If you're in Florida, I got people down there that will take this gecko from you. I promise you. If you're in Tennessee, Texas, it does not matter. I got a lot of breeders I contact, and I keep in touch with all these people that will take your gecko and they will give it a good home. I promise you. And if it's something that I'm not saying that they want your gecko to breed, they can find a home for your gecko. I promise you. So with that being said, I just wanted to tell y'all that because I got a lot of people messaging me. It's like, hey man, my kids ain't wanting to take care of these geckos, and we got them from such and such down there when we was in Florida on vacation. Cool, man. Yeah, let me see what I could do. Send me some pictures of it, and I'll call somebody's kids maybe want a baby gecko. I mean, nothing to it. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, let's get them good homes. Is what I'm saying. Let's don't let them starve to death. But with that being said, this container, man, let's don't forget these containers. If you got any containers right now that you need to stop right now, stop this video and go drill some holes in it. Hey, go drill the holes, man. Trust me. But with that being said, I also want to thank y'all, man. 600. I'm busting over 600 subscribers. I ain't got my phone out here now. Matter of fact, I think by the time I cut this video on a while ago before I come out here, I think it was like 602. So, but it all helps me. Like a lot of my friends say, hey man, when I'm going to go to work, man, and I'm chilling at break, I'll play one of your videos, man. I was like, hey man, that helps me with my watch time hours. You know, so if you sit there and watch one of my videos all the way through, you know, 10, 15 minutes, man, that helps me on my channel a lot. That helps me get my watch time. So I even got friends that say, hey man, I really ain't got time to watch them. So when I'm cooking, man, I'll put one of your videos on and hit the play. And they sit it over there and I'll just listen to it. Dude, I appreciate it. You hear me? I thank you from the bottom of my heart because that helps me get my watch time hours. So this thing can take off. But like I said, I wasn't going to just do this YouTube channel on nothing but strictly geckos because I'm into all kinds of different things. So hopefully I can get y'all. I got some other projects that's coming in. It's going to be a surprise. I'm going to let y'all see what y'all think about them. But I'm not going to take up too much time in here today because usually when I get on here, I stay on here an hour, man. And I don't know if y'all like watching the whole hour. So, but anyway, I got some things I want to go over with y'all. The giveaway. Let me see. The giveaway on this executive wood Bowie knife. A bunch of people has messaged me on my private message. Okay, which I don't mind. You can message me anytime you got any questions. I don't care. But they asked me, he's like, hey man, how can I win that Bowie knife? Well, in the bottom of this video right here, I'm gonna put a description. So most people's like, man, well, I can't find your description. When you looking at the YouTube video, you see the video to the right side where you click and like and subscribe to my video. There's a little arrow. Just click that arrow and it brings down another box. And that box will have, you know, what the video is about, basically, what description it is. And in that box, in that description, I'll have the list for you to click on so you can go. I think it's like if you like my video, that's 3 or 4 points. If you subscribe to my channel, that's like 10 points. Well, anyway, you can go through and do them things, and it puts you in a bracket to win these things. It's simple, man. It's simple to win. So the more points that you get, the better off you're, you're helping me by liking and subscribing to my channel, watching my videos, comment on my videos. All this stuff's going to add up for you get a chance for the knife. I'm seeing how this goes because I'm fixing to give away some geckos, and I got to see how this is going to work because I used Kuro. I can't remember the group that I did. Somebody messaged me and said, hey, man, if you're going to give away something, try it with this. What it is you click the link. It's going to take you to a page. Well, you put your email in. This is not a thing that we're catching your emails on and sending you all kinds of crap. This email goes in, and it's going to be a list so I can tell who's doing what. So at the end of the 4 weeks or whatever it is, I'll print this thing out or I'll look at it, and it'll tell me exactly who wins, because I'm going to do it fair, So with that being said, please click the link at the end of this video, and I'll have to go in and edit some of it, but I'll try to put that link on so y'all can see it and then be able to do it. So, and a bunch of people have been sending me pictures of the leopard geckos. And I said I will show some of y'all's geckos. When you send me a picture, and you want me to show your that gecko, when you send me that picture at the bottom, just put please show my gecko on your page. Thumbs up or thanks or something, because I got probably a handful of people that's been messaging me right now. They got some geckos. They're not sure, what morphs they are, and they sending me the pictures of the parents, and they want me to try to help them tell them what it is. So I got one guy now that's got some what is it? Oh man, he just told me. Talked to him yesterday. I think he's got some well, he knows what the super eclipses are. He's got them super snows, but he's got something else that he was asking about. But he sent the parents of them, and he thought, was this the parent off of that? I said, no, you can't get that by that. But anyway, I got a bunch of pictures that's coming through. It's questions about the genetics and the parent, and I'm not sure y'all want me to post them up, let other people see them or not. So if you send me a picture, because I got a lot of pictures right now. If you send me a picture, I'm not saying, that I won't show it, because I will show it. Just when you send me a picture, if you're asking about genetics and stuff on it, I'm gonna help you with that. But also say, would you please show these pictures? And I'll release your picture. But I'm not gonna release it if I don't know. Because you're sending me 2 pictures of a tangerine, and then you're asking me questions. I'm not sure if you want me to also show your geckos or not. I don't want to give something away that you're working on. So anyway, with that being said, just please tell me if I could share your picture. That way I can put it on my page. But anyway, I hope y'all doing good, man. I hope everybody's breeding season's excellent. But another question. Somebody asked me about probably 7 or 8 years back. I got a friend in Australia, and I got a friend in Canada. They use I think it's pronounced EquInt, I think. But anyway, you can go to Tractor Supply, and you get this 25 or 30 pound bag. I think maybe 25 pound bag, and it looks like horse pellets. Well, it's EquInt, I think. But anyway, what it does is that they put these in horse stalls. I don't know what this was, Papa just in. But anyway, they put these pellets in horse stalls. Well, the guy that was in Canada, he was putting them in his container, his 6-quart container. And I was like, man, what is that brown stuff in your container? And he said, man, it's EquInt or something like that. And I was like, man, what is that? He said, man, if they use the bathroom in it, it absorbs it up. And then you come through and you just pick up the absorb spot. And I was like, man, I'm about to try that. So I went to looking it up, and they sell it at my local Tractor Supply. And I did. I put it in all my racks. Dude, I loved it. Now, the reason I stopped using this, okay, there was 3 people that stayed on my Facebook page. They was like, man, why are you using that? That's got dust and everything in it. I was like, dude, I ain't got no problem with the dust. I said if they knock the water over, it absorbs it up, you know, and you just come through and you can spot clean that out. And it just seems like it'd be that much better to clean up. Well, those 3 people was like, man, I wouldn't use that. You know, they're not eating it. They're not eating the daggum pellets. So, I mean, it doesn't do nothing to them. They walk on the pellets fine. So, but I'm thinking about doing this again. I'm thinking about using what I used to use because it was a good method. And I just want to know y'all's opinion. What do y'all think about that? I'm telling you right now, it does not cause a dust. If it gets wet, it swells up, you know, and then you can get it out. But it's not like you would think. It's not like a wood pellet that when you open your container, dust is everywhere. It's not like that. It's all, I don't even got none yet, but I'm going to buy some, I promise you. And I'll show y'all. We'll do a review on this. But I just want to get y'all's opinion, and y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Because I said, like, I used it in all my gecko racks, and I even used it in my breeding racks. I used it on the bottom, and then in my container, I still did the coconut fiber, you know, busted it up, soaked it in water. But they stayed on top of this, and it just helped. When they use the bathroom, it soaks it up. It's like a spot test. As soon as they use the bathroom, you know where that's at, and then you ain't have to change out your paper, you know, steadily. But now I'm saying you still have to do your regular man, let me see. I see you right there, Roy. Hold on a second. It's like I think this is how it's spelled. I think that's how it's spelled. But like I said, it's a wood pellet. It's a wood pellet, man, that you can get from Tractor Supply. Roy, I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a picture on it. Matter of fact, let me see if I can do this right here. I may have a picture. Let this right here play. It may be a picture on here. We'll have to see. That was the wood pellets. That's that you just seen just then. If y'all pay attention, you'll see the wood pellets. This is from like 4 or 5 years ago. It'll be a well, I ain't put that many pictures on there. But this is what it looks like. See that? That's the picture right there. It's EquInt. It's like EquINE wood pellet. Dude, I'm telling you, I love this stuff. But like I said, man, it was just so many people was like, why are you using that? Roy, that's the table, man. When I come back home, that's the table that my wife had all the babies on that time. Yeah, I got some cool stuff, man. But let's see if I can get back to this thing. Anyway, it's like I said, it's a wood pellet. It comes in it's 20 or 25 pound bag of this thing. And if I'm not mistaken, maybe the bag was like, it was see-through. You could see the pellets. It's purplish bag, bluish bag or something. I'll post a picture up and let y'all see it. Let y'all do y'all's own review. But the guy was in one of them was in Australia and one of them was in Canada. And they was 2 different types of pellets. But the one in Canada was using EquInt. I think it's EquInt or something. And but like I said, they just put it in the bottom of the container, and they said it soaked up the water. Because, like, man, like if you got an adult and you go out there and he's done knocked over his water bowl and he's standing in water, and then all you got in there is cut up paper, you know, I mean, you got a mess. This stuff, I promise you, you can take a 16-ounce bottle of water and pour it onto this stuff, and it just soak it up. You know, it would swell up. But that was it. There wouldn't be no water he could stand in. It super dried it. So, but that's what I had in my room to begin with, you know, because I was following other people, but people started seeing my stuff. It's like, what do you got them in? And I was like, it's a wood pellet. That's what I said. I was like, it's a wood pellet. And they went to jumping off me. So I was, man, it's got dust in it. It's not good for the leopard gecko. I was like, dude, it's not dust. I mean, I'm looking at it now. I'm telling you, it's not dust. So the more and more that I'm having to cut this paper and stuff up and start putting paper in my gecko racks, I'm thinking myself, hey, man, you had a method that 2 people showed you that was working great. And if it worked great for you then and there was no problem, you grew geckos out, you grew in grow racks, you bred them, you fed them, watered them, if it works for you, go back to it, man. So I do believe that I'm fixing to use it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. There's so many critics out there. But and then another thing, Roy, today me and you was talking on the on live. Somebody had messaged me and said, "Oh my God, he's got 15 or 20 babies in one container." Man, the reason I had 15 or 20 babies in one container is to show everybody. If you got a camera this big right here, I could just turn I can take the container and turn the container up, and you can see the babies all in one container. Instead of me having to take them individually out the rack and say, this is one baby, and then get up from the screen and go show you another one and show you another one. It's just hassle. So if I don't like negativity, nothing. You know, if I see you doing something wrong that is not right, I'm gonna say, hey man, you know, try this, you know, but don't come out and just be like, hey man, you're a dick. You know, here I am on YouTube, but you know, so don't just come out at me and say, hey man, you don't need to keep 10 or 15 babies together in a rack. Well, guess what? I don't. I individually separate all my stuff besides my breeders. So I just had to get that off my chest. So if you're following me on my page, you should know how I do. That's why you're following me. I do individually babies, individually, one baby per container, and I'll feed them. And once they get big enough to breed, if I haven't sold them yet, I'll move them into a breeding rack. Well, I'll have one male, okay? And then when I go through this male, if he's a tangerine, white, and yellow eclipse, I'll take this one male and I'll put him right here in this container, okay? And I'll write his sex, his date he was born, his weight, everything right here. And then I'll go in, I'll try to find 3 to 4 females. It's excellent for one male to breed. I'll go in and find 3 to 4 females. And I'll get the big breeding rack and I'll pull out my 28 quart container and it's set up with the coconut fiber, and I'll introduce the male into the chamber with the females. The females that have done been in there, they're together. They don't go crazy. And when I feed with tongues. So each one of them's getting the food. They're not fighting over it. So on that level, when it comes to breeding on that level, don't try to tell me how I should breed, because I've been doing it for a while and it works for me. And I've never had leopard geckos lose their toe because they was fighting. I had none lose their tail. I had my best leopard gecko. He lost his tail. Why? Because he was just frantically from me. It was breeding season. It was probably about 5 years back, but it was breeding season. I knew he was big, man. I'm talking about he was huge, and he was trying to get away from me. And what happened is when he went to fall, he fell. And when I went to pick him up, he just went to shaking. I'm talking about this leopard gecko. I hadn't even touched him again. He was on the little pad that I was sitting on. He just went to shaking, man, franticking. Well, what he did, he lost his tail. It wasn't because I grabbed his tail. It's not because I kept pressure on his tail. He literally freaked out from me and shook his tail off. I seen this with my own eyes. So that's the only time I've ever had a leopard gecko lose their tail. So, but not over fighting, not over one breeding and shaking their tail. A female, shake her tail, you know, and entice the male. The male do the same thing. But other than that, man, dude, I'm just telling you, I am on my personal level about breeding. So if you have any questions, I'll share information with you, and then we can learn together. But don't try to tell me, you know, that I shouldn't have 15, 16 babies together in a container, because I promise you, I don't. That's just for video purposes. That is for YouTube. That's for y'all to see, so I ain't got to keep getting up away from the camera. Nobody wants to see the back of this chair right here, and then nobody talking to them, because I don't. That's boring. Yeah. But like I said, man, y'all please like and subscribe my videos, and watch. 10, 15 minutes on my videos, man. If y'all watch it, it helps me out. Helps me out a lot. So I got some more questions. Somebody asked me, and I'm supposed to answer them on this video right here. Let me see. A guy in Florida messaged me a couple times. Let me see what it was. I can remember what it was. Oh, yeah. He asked me, could he buy regular water crystals like at the little hobby stores to put into the egg containers? I think what you're asking me, I gave you my number so you can call me, but I think what you was asking me is like if you go to ours is Hobby Lobby, we can go in there and buy water crystals, okay? And it's just like for plants, you can put them in your plants. It can't have no additives or nothing in it. It's just a water crystal. I think I bought some that was pink, and they're bigger. They're probably about this big around. Yes, you can do that. Matter of fact, this year my wife had went to Hobby Lobby, and me and my little girl was walking around looking at different stuff. And I was like, man, let me go buy some water crystals because I didn't want to have to order them from LLL Reptile. So what I did is I bought a little pack. It's probably about that big, about that wide. And I looked at it, it's like mix 16 quarts of water, or what? No, what? It was mix a gallon of water to them. So I just took them and dumped them in a 5-gallon bucket, poured a gallon of water on there, and I left them out there and let them get as big as they was going to do. So I kept when the water started dissipating, I poured some more water in there. Dude, they got huge. I mean, they was probably the size of a marble. So what I did, I took like 6, 2, 4, 6, maybe 8, and put in the bottom of my little egg container, which I did have some out here somewhere. I don't see none, but anyway, I put them in my egg container, and I put the egg container in there, and I make sure that the lid would close, and I would still have that much space from it and my egg. And then I only do on my containers where I got my eggs right here, I'll close that lid and I'll take a thumbtack, okay? And I'll poke a thumbtack straight in the middle. That's it. That's the only hole I do in my whole container. And if you buy the containers with the holes already in them, what I do is I take Christmas tape, it's a plastic tape. I'll seal all the holes up with that tape, and then I'll cut it. Okay, and that way the only hole in your container for your leopard gecko eggs is that one little tiny hole in the top. Now this is what I do. If I like the hovabator, it's like the chicken incubator. Well, that's what I use. I love them things. Anyway, I got several of them. But what I'll do is I'll put these egg containers in there. I really don't stack them up until I start getting good in the season. I'll start stacking them up on there. But before that, I'll just lay them all on the bottom. And then every so often I'll come out there and once a week I'll go out there and I'll pop the top on them. And I'll look at the eggs, I'll observe them, make sure there ain't no mold, anything like that on them. If they are, I got a Q-tip. I take 2 Q-tips and I'll dip it in warm water. And then the ends I'm going to swell up some. And I'll come right down to the back side of that Q-tip and I'll wrap it with tape. Well, what I do is I'll take and wipe the eggs down. If I see any kind of mold, they give the egg a chance to make it. Sometimes the egg's dying, and it starts molding up. In this case, you'll find out, and then you can take it out. And another reason I use the Q-tip is, for instance, like say you got your leopard gecko in a container. Say they do not lay eggs in your moisture, whatever you're using for moisture. I use coconut fiber. Well, if they don't lay in this and they lay on the bottom of your container, well, when that egg lays on that container, I'm telling you, the liquid, it's like glue. This stuff is stuck. I'll take all the leopard geckos out, okay? And I'll take this egg and I'll turn this container down so I can work with it. I'll take warm water in the same method. I'll take 2 Q-tips and I'll put them together and I'll tape around them Q-tips. I'll take that warm water and dip that Q-tip in it, and I'll slowly just start rubbing, not the side of the egg. I'll just slowly start rubbing the side of that container, getting closer and closer to the egg. That warm water helps break that up. And when you just take it and take your fingers and start rocking that egg just a little bit, be careful, it will tear. And once you get it to moving just a little bit, keep moving it with a Q-tip, get it wet, and then once you get it done, you can easily save an egg. Now, before I found this out, I'm not gonna lie to you, I probably tore 5 eggs up, over the years of breeding. Or the first year of breeding, because I didn't know better. And I was like, oh my God, how am I get this up? And I was trying to pick at it, and I tried everything. And it didn't work. I ended up busting the egg. and ain't no telling what it could have been. What morph, what genetic, man, I don't know. So, but with that being said, post up your pictures, man, and give me some comments on my videos. And if you have anything to ask me, my Facebook's Timothy Wayne Fussell Jr. PM me, private message me, and it don't matter what the question is, man. I promise you, if I can't help you, I'll find out. I'll find out the answer to you. But like I said, I've been breeding for a while, man. So I pretty much could tell you, I done been there and done that. If you can mess it up, if you can mess something up, trust me, I have messed it up. Me and Roy was talking today. Matter of fact, if you're not sure about a male, if you're not sure that you got a male and a female together, trust me, when you put two males together, you're going to find out the hard way. You're going to find out real fast that you got two males together. I promise you this. And if you put your hand down there trying to break them apart, you're going to find out the hard way. And they're aggressive, man. And then I laughed today when me and Roy was talking about this. Dude, they're like alligators. When they lock on each other, it don't matter what they grab a hold of. If it's a tail, they're going to tear that tail off. I promise you. They're going to just keep, it'll be just rolling. They'll roll, man. I'm talking, all you see in your container is this. And you're going to freak out because you're like, oh my God, that's a $400 gecko. And then you reach in there and they're mad. I mean, they're not going to let each other go. They're going to be like pit bulldogs locked on each other. You're literally going to have to take your finger and try to get it in one of them's mouth and hurry up and get it out of the way. Because if not, the first thing they're going to do is tear each other. And I use corn syrup. You know what? That's a whole nother experience right there. But if they get a deep puncture, a deep cut, I mean, you got to take care of them, man. And I use corn syrup. It's like a blood clot. You know, it helps clot the blood. But anyway, yeah, I got a good laugh at that today when Roy was talking about his. But like I said, man, I wasn't gonna be on here too long, man. I always got a problem. I stay on here so long. See, I've been on 32 minutes, man. Seems like I ain't been on here for like 10, 15 minutes. I get to talk about geckos, man. I go crazy. Like if I had questions coming in, man, I would answer questions left and right. But please like and subscribe to all of my videos. Please watch them. You know, and if you have any questions, message me. And I do not mind somebody asking me this. They couldn't find my Facebook page. Now that's cool, man. If you have a question, put it at the bottom of any of my videos. Okay, because I'm steadily. I got a chat thing that I can see all the time. It tells me new messages coming in on each one of them videos. So if you have a question, just message me on any video. I don't care what it is, and I'll reply to you. I'll try to private message you, reply to you, so I won't put your business out there in the open. But if I can't, I'll just message you and say, "Hey, man, here's my number. Give me a call, man." Because like I said, I'm just like you. I'm a normal person. So I don't mind talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, hell, I talked to Roy for freaking over an hour today before I even knew it. So, but yeah, like I said, man, I don't mind talking to you about geckos, snakes. I mean, anything that you breed. I mean, I probably had my hand in it. You know, I probably done the same thing. So I don't mind. Ball pythons, I bred ball pythons for a long time. We had albinos. We had spider genes. We had pieballs, Mojavas. I mean, dude, you name it. We pastels, Gustavas. I mean, we was in all kinds of stuff. So the only thing that I don't mess with, and I don't care about no question because I do not know, and I'm not going to take the time to look it up just because I'm not interested in this, is a tarantula. I don't do tarantulas. I don't do spiders, period. So if you have any question that you think you could possibly ask me about a spider, don't do it, you know, and I'll help you with anything. I just do not know anything about a spider that could possibly help you. Besides, if you come at me with a spider, I'm going to hurt you. So take that to knowledge. I'm telling you right now, I do not do spiders. So definitely don't do spiders. But with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go with that one. I got some stuff I got to try to get done here. Got to go to the doctor tomorrow, so hopefully get this nerve test, and they can be like, Mr. Fussell, we're going to do the surgery on you. You've been telling us that you've been hurting forever, so we're going to do the surgery. So let's pray that that goes through smooth. But anyway, I ain't too hot about getting a nerve test done with some electricity and especially needles, because I don't like no needles. But tomorrow, 11 o'clock, I'll be there. So, but please like and subscribe to all my videos. Let me try to cut this stuff off right here because I forgot how to do this in and stream. But Roy, you have a good one, brother. And like I said, man, them geckos will come through for you. Sometimes it get aggravating. Sometimes it's cool, man. You learn some different stuff. So keep in touch with me, man. We'll learn together. I promise you. And hopefully, maybe a month, man, I'll be sending you some geckos. All right, brother. Y'all have a good one.